These mods turn normal Minecraft bugs into real cheats. Bedrock Miner lets you destroy Bedrock itself by using an old engine bug. Breaking Bedrock in Minecraft is easy once you know the trick. The game skips the hardness check when a block update happens in a single tick. Pistons, redstone, and torches all activate in perfect timing, and the bedrock just disappears like it was never there. This mod recreates the glitch automatically, syncing pistons and redstone so perfectly that it even works on servers. Smart Elytra makes flying endless. In normal Minecraft, Elytra lose 1 point of durability every second you fly, but if you quickly switch them for a chest plate and put them back, the server does not record any damage. The mod does this automatically, changing the items at the perfect moment so the durability never goes down. You can fly all day and your Elytra never break. Inventory profiles looks friendly at first. It helps sort your items and makes the interface easier to use. But if you turn on autofill, you can grab all the loot from a chest in one click and even use auto totem that activates faster than any player. This makes you almost immortal, and having a farm means that's never a problem. Even though these mods work well, advanced anti-cheats can detect these tricks and ban players forever, and you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. You could once play Minecraft in full 3D if you had special glasses, of course. That option really existed, and it was in the video settings for quite a long time. You just had to enable a special button and the screen would distort to produce a red and blue effect. This mode used a technique called anaglyph, an old school way to create 3D using red and blue filters. But as that technology faded into the past, the setting was quietly removed. Minecraft has introduced tons of new settings over the years, but at the same time some of them were removed for various reasons. Another interesting option was built-in Twitch support. Stream chat could appear directly in Minecraft's chat window, but not many people used it, so that feature was removed too. The most mysterious setting was super secret settings. It was a surprise button that applied random visual filters. Black and white, weird distortions, shaky camera like a horror version of Minecraft. It didn't affect gameplay, but it was fun. Later, this settings was removed as part of a graphics system update. And of course, we can't forget the customized world type. It gave players dozens of sliders to shape the world: mountain height, lake depth, dungeon frequency, cave systems, and more. It was a world generation sandbox, but eventually it was considered too complex and got removed too. Why'd the devs add shipwrecks but not ships that are still afloat? That's definitely something Minecraft's missing. The oceans in Minecraft are way too empty on the surface. Imagine this. In the Minecraft ocean, you've got ships still sailing with their sails up. Villagers would be cruising on them on long journeys or delivering goods to villages. By the way, the iron golem's not just for show, because besides villager ships, you'd also bump into pirate ships with pillagers. They'd be lurking, waiting for the next lost victim to come close so they can rob him. Or how about undead ships? You'd run into zombies, skeletons, and in the hold poisonous spiders waiting for you. But now you can also download this data pack. As the blood moon rises, vampires and werewolves emerge to hunt. On this night, you have a chance to become one of them. Just head into the dark forest. If a werewolf bites you, you'll transform into a wolf every night. In this form, you'll gain increased stamina, speed, the ability to jump higher, and deal more damage. If a vampire bites you instead, the transformation will begin within minutes. Your appearance will change completely, and you'll no longer be able to walk in sunlight. But don't worry, the mod includes special armor that protects you from sunlight. Wearing it, you'll be able to move freely and enjoy the night's powerful boost, enhanced strength, speed, and fast regeneration. A new hunger bar replaces the old one, and only blood can satisfy it. Ignore your thirst for too long, and your health will start to drain away. To manage your needs, you can also build a blood altar and fill it with bottles of blood or werewolf livers. To grow stronger, you'll need to fight higher-ranking vampires and werewolves. With every battle won, you'll unlock new abilities and enhance your monstrous form. Also, various structures will begin to appear throughout the world: vampire towers, crypts, and hunter houses. Each one is filled with traps, hunters, and other dangerous monsters. But if you survive, you'll be rewarded with valuable resources. Now you can play Terraria right inside Minecraft, and it's got almost everything. For epic boss battles, there's a huge variety of armor sets with awesome visuals and tons of powerful weapons for close combat and long-distance fights. Beyond the usual swords and bows, you'll find boomerangs, staffs, and magic wands. There are plenty of tools too, from copper pickaxes to platinum axes, all inspired by Terraria and adapted to fit Minecraft's world. You even get accessories that boost your damage, speed, defense, and other stats. But the real highlight is the bosses. Iconic enemies from Terraria are fully brought into 3D. Eye of Cthulhu, Eater of Worlds, King Slime, Brain of Cthulhu, Queen Bee, Skeletron, and even the Wall of Flesh. Each boss comes with its own arena, battle music, attack patterns, and multiple phases. They're tough, but incredibly fun to fight, especially if you craft the right armor and pick the right weapons. The world around you also changes. Terraria's biomes are now generated in Minecraft. You'll explore Corruption, Crimson, Mushroom Caves, Jungle, Frozen Waste, Sky Islands, Living Trees, and more. These areas are full of new loot, enemies, and rare crafting materials. The name of the mod is right there on your screen, and you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. These are some of the oldest Minecraft versions, and there are still active servers running on them. Minecraft Classic was very simple, so most servers were just filled with random builds and signs right on the world border wall. Next comes the in-depth server, and it greeted me with the gear block that never appears in the game again. The map is very small, and the world border looks like an endless flat world, and for some reason it's always nighttime here, so the entire server feels really creepy. The alpha server looks much brighter and is filled with colorful builds right at spawn. Here they already have land protection, a working economy, and a map that's a couple thousand blocks wide. But the beta server impressed me the most. A lot of players still play here, the world is infinite and full of amazing builds. I walked around spawn for hours and kept discovering more and more. The server barely uses any plugins, so the only way to travel is by minecart or on foot. They even have an online map, and I really like this full immersion mode, which literally lets you fly over the server. And the most unbelievable part is that you can join this server not only from beta, but also from the latest Java version, and even from Bedrock. All the needed resources install automatically, so you still keep the original beta atmosphere. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe.
If you break the bottom block of a chorus tree, the whole thing's gonna collapse, including the chorus fruits you need to grow new trees. Sure, you could build up and break them by hand, but it's way easier to just shoot them with a bow or chuck a trident at them. They'll drop right at your feet. Ever wonder how spiders climb walls in Minecraft? It's actually pretty simple when you think like a dev. Spiders treat almost every block like it's a ladder. That's why they can scale walls like it's no big deal. Everybody knows if lightning hits a mushroom, it's gonna turn into a brown mushroom, but that's not all this mob can do. Just like the regular mushroom, you can milk it for stew. But here's the cool part. If you feed it any flower, it's gonna give you a suspicious stew with a special effect from that flower. Like feed it a daisy and you get regeneration. The fireball that a ghast shoots at you hits harder than anything else in the game. If you smack it right back at him, it deals a crazy 500 damage. That's on purpose. So the reflected fireball one-shots the ghast and makes things way less stressful for you. If you toss an ender pearl, there's a small chance an endermite gonna spawn. That can actually be super helpful. If you're heading to fight the ender dragon, make sure to bring some pearls. You can try to spawn an endermite and trap it in a boat 3 blocks up. All the endermen will focus on endermite, leaving you free to deal with ender dragon. You can finally craft a saddle in Minecraft. That's right. After over 15 years, saddles are no longer locked behind random dungeon chests. Just 3 leather and 1 iron ingot and saddle crafted. No more RNG, no more endless searching. But Mojang didn't stop there. Now you can remove saddles from mobs using shears. It's simple. Right-click with shears in hand, and the gear comes off. There are a few rules though. You can do it while crouching, and it won't work if the mob has a rider. And no, Ravagers are still untouchable. Saddles have also been removed from loot tables in places like dungeons and temples. Instead, you'll find up to 5 leather, giving you materials to craft them yourself. That's not all. There's a new music disc called Tier, and it only drops if you kill a ghast using its own fireball. Plus, the game got brand new music by Amos Roddy for cherry groves, lush caves, deserts, and more. Music now plays even when paused, and the track title appears in the pause menu if you turn that on in settings. Even the main menu panorama has changed. Now you're greeted by a dark, rocky cave. A dried ghast, just a lifeless block, stands quietly on stone. Above it, a ghasting floats midair, and not far away, a happy ghast hovers with a frozen smile. This is Snapshot 25W28.
Ever notice you lose fights just because your screen turns into this mess? To make the fight feel clean, you can simply remove all the stuff that gets in the way, and these resource packs help with exactly that. Now all items become smaller. Your sword, your mace, and even your shield shrink and no longer block your view. Fire becomes low and neat, and it no longer takes over your whole screen. Even big explosions stop blinding you. The particles disappear, and the fight stays clear. And if you ever put on a pumpkin, the blur effect is completely gone, so you can see everything normally. Now let's talk about a resource pack that actually gives you a real advantage. It changes the color of armor based on its durability, so you instantly see how close you or your enemy are to breaking. The same idea works with the shield. The color shows exactly when it is about to break. With the bow and crossbow, things get even easier. When you draw the bowstring, it slowly changes color. The more you pull, the stronger the color becomes. The crossbow works the same way. A visual indicator shows when it is fully loaded, so you can fire without wasting any time. And finally, the totem. It no longer blocks your screen. It pops with a small clean animation and does not distract you from the fight. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. Now in Minecraft, all mobs have a new fading effect. When you get too close, they start to gradually disappear, letting you see through their bodies. You can look inside a sheep and see its body without wool, peek into a Ravager and spot its extending neck. And with the vibrant visuals enabled, when you pour water, blocks stay wet for a while, leaving dark shiny patches on grass and sand that slowly dry up.
There's just one piglin here, and he makes 4 trades with me per second. Regular trading without using glitches takes quite a while, and if you have a lot of gold to trade, it can take up to an hour. To increase the trading speed using this glitch, set up a redstone clock with observers near the piglin. Make the clock power a sticky piston that moves a gold block. After that, you can start tossing gold ingots to the piglin. Instead of the usual long trading process, he speeds up to incredible rates. Many of my friends didn't like the conditions this little villager is living in, so I've decided to improve his quality of life. I've prepared a delicious steak just for him, and I'll hang it right in front of him. I think it's close enough that he can not only see it, but also smell that tasty aroma, and so he doesn't get bored, let's play some music. And that bright light, I think it's bothering him too. There, now he's definitely comfortable. I'll come back in a week and see how he likes the updates to his home.
Now, animals in Minecraft are super realistic. Every animal has gender and genetic, opening up possibilities for breeding and selection. You can tell the difference by appearance. Male pigs have tusks that females don't, and roosters have long tails while hens have short ones. For some mobs like horses, mules, donkeys, and camels, the gender will be marked with a small icon in the interface. As always, the developers were lazy and only added animals as a simple source of food, completely ignoring gender, genetics, and other important details. Farming ended up boring and primitive, reduced to keeping hundreds of mobs in one pen. But modders stepped in and made the game more interesting. And now you'll meet updated mobs, cows, llamas, and goats that you can milk not only for milk, but also for cheese and other products. Cute rabbits of different breeds, camels you can ride for fast travel across the desert, 7 types of bees, fish whose roe can be used to create your own fish farms, and also new animals like bulls and deer that you can ride and use to carry items. Even cats and wolves got an update. New breeds including retrievers, huskies, and Maine Coons. Horses now come in over 10 breeds such as Mustangs, Ardennes, and Friesians, each with unique speed and handling. They also have brand new armor sets. The name of the mod is on the screen, and maybe we won't see each other again, so don't forget to subscribe. The developers just can't fix this bug. It's the one that lets you launch yourself thousands of blocks into the sky using only spears and maces. A new snapshot just came out, and they tried to patch it again, but not completely, which actually made the trick easier. Now all you have to do is enchant your spear with Lunge 3 and Windburst 3, and jump onto a bunch of armor stands to instantly end up in the sky. There's another bug with the trident. If you throw it at a mob, it sticks in its hitbox for a while and keeps dealing damage. This means you can kill an iron golem in just 7 seconds. The same thing happens with arrows. The damage comes through so fast that your shield's durability bar instantly starts dropping. And since the trident naturally stores the player's energy, it can also be used to create experience farms. And it works on both Bedrock and Java. But what about the cool new features in this snapshot? Now when you run by a beacon or a conduit, their special effect glows light blue. This helps you tell which effect you're getting from, say, a beacon, if you have other secondary effects active. Also, they finally removed one of the most annoying things in Minecraft related to the mending enchantment. Before, when you repaired your weapon or tool with experience, they would constantly shake, which was really annoying to look at. But in the new snapshot, that's finally fixed. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. Why Bedrock Generation is completely broken. On the surface, Minecraft might seem like the same game no matter what version you play. However, if you've ever tried to go on a long journey in Bedrock Edition, you've probably run into some very strange behavior. The further you travel from the center of the map, the more unstable everything becomes. As long as you stay within 10,000 blocks from spawn, things are relatively smooth. But once you go beyond that and reach 20 or 30,000, problems start to appear. The camera begins to stutter, invisible barriers show up, and sometimes you or nearby mobs fall straight through the ground. This happens because Bedrock's coordinate system doesn't handle large distances very well. The farther you go, the more the engine starts to break down. And it gets even worse when it comes to terrain generation. In these far-off regions, entire mountains might disappear, chunks stop loading, and the landscape starts acting in unpredictable ways. It almost feels like the game gives up on trying to generate the world properly. And these issues aren't rare. Anyone who explores far enough will likely notice them. Java Edition works much better when you travel far from spawn. The edges of the world are clearly set, and the land keeps loading the right way, even at high coordinate. That's why exploring in Java feels stable and easy. You might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe.
Notch used to be the face of Minecraft. His name showed up in splash text, Easter eggs, and even in core game mechanics. But after Microsoft stepped in, whether it was fair or not, almost all of those references were completely removed. On June 1st, there used to be a special splash, Happy Birthday Notch. It would appear once a year on the creator's birthday, but Microsoft removed it in version 1.8.5. In that same update, they removed every reference to Notch's ex-wife, her birthday message, and even the date of their wedding. At the same time, they deleted Made by Notch and the work of Notch. Microsoft never explained why, but everyone knows it happened after Notch's posts on Twitter. Now, one of the weirdest Easter eggs in the game mechanics, if you joined the game using the name Notch and died, an apple would always drop. That feature was also removed later on. There also used to be a special type of golden apple. People called it Notch's apple. It got renamed and the crafting recipe was completely removed. Notch also made a Minecraft track. It stayed in the files for a while, and honestly, it sounded great. And it's the only track with actual words that you can hear him say Mojang specifications.
Mojang specification.
Later it was removed, but you can still listen to it on his SoundCloud.
These are free tools for playing Minecraft with friends. Let's start with Essential. It lets you invite friends straight into your world without hosting a server. It's simple and free, but works best for small groups, and if the host leaves the game, the world shuts down. For larger groups or heavy mod packs, hosting your own server is the way to go. The main advantage is that the server takes all the load and even supports massive mod packs. And instead of setting it up manually, you can start your server for free using Thundernode hosting. It only takes a few clicks, runs 24/7, and stays online even when the host player leaves.